So it's been a while, but when was the last time I spoke about Flash? Wait, was it really back during the trial? Did I really not get back to it all this time? I mean, I knew I was behind, but wow.
Welcome to the heart of the stories we tell. My name is Rob, and tonight I will be reviewing
Season 4 of The Flash, a general recap. Specifically, the Thinker's Cap, I guess. Okay, that was cheesy. Whatever. Alright, so after last year's Speed Force storm, Barry was returned from the Speed Force, and boom, we were introduced to the Mad Thinker. And the Thinker ended up being one of the better villains. Someone who made us really question things. People don't often have issue with whether or not the bad guy is the bad guy. And I'm not even going to pretend to make this guy normal. But at a certain extent, there's a theme running with him that I think might just have a little bit of something to it. But for those of you that don't know, what I do here is I review shows, normally as they come out, unless I have a problem with them. I try not to go too deep into the weeds, but I come up with concepts and theories on how and why we tell stories as well. If you're interested in hearing my theories on all sorts of storytelling, click the subscribe button. But alright, so this year saw several big milestones, including the wedding of Iris West and Barry Allen. And that was pretty cool, even if it got upstaged a bit by the whole Olicity thing. But let's throw this up there because we're going to talk about the second half of the season.
So once again, it's stop. Spoiler time.
And okay, in a city full of metahumans, the idea of a shapeshifter getting you out of jail by being the dead body is a unique one, and I kinda liked that. In fact, I liked a lot of how they handled Ralph. I liked Ralph going to the prison to ask for help, and Barry explaining why he couldn't. I wasn't too fond of the idea that Barry being a speedster was revealed, especially since that led to the really ridiculous Eminette knowing his secret identity later, which, seriously, can anyone keep their masks on in these series? Alright, secret identities aside, we also get a good flashback and a great callback with Gideon. We get lots of stuff going on, including interpersonal stuff, and I think that's when the show does its best. When the villain of the week isn't necessarily someone that can challenge Flash head-on, but instead is someone that doesn't need him to run faster, he can just outrun them, but presents other types of problems, things that we can't deal with by just running faster, things that are threats and other levels, and problems that just can't be run away from or run into. And I really liked that about the beginning half of the season. Of course, by the last half of the season, I got kind of annoyed with some tropes, so let's talk about why it is I stopped reviewing these. There is this trope, this theme that runs through a lot of stories, where the villain is this chess master and everything falls into place. And my problem was it was happening on Flash and it was happening on Arrow at the same time. If anything, Flash did it slightly more realistic. At least we had a super genius that was truly manipulating things by understanding things at a cosmic level, with a super genius engineer girlfriend / wife that was helping him build super tech. On Arrow, I just, okay, I'm not going to go down that road. But at the end of the day, it just annoys me. Especially when by the end of the season, the Thinker's big flaw was, you can't tell the variable of human emotion. Screw you. If he can't tell human emotion, he can't do anything. Everything is dictated by human emotion. And I can put my finger right on the episode that made me literally roll my eyes. It was the first time we got the ad for Flash Time. Barry talks about not being fast enough to do things. But then we have an episode that showcases exactly how fast Flash Time is. And once you're into that level of speed, once you're moving fast enough that an entire hour-long episode, probably about 40 minutes worth of the episode, is devolved into seconds on the clock. Screw you, he can't get through the force field. Screw you, he can't run fast enough. He should be able to cover the whole city in no time. My good buddy stopped watching when the person who could levitate things and make them weightless and then come back used the escape car. He literally stopped watching mid-episode the way I did of one of the Arrow episodes. And he even said it. He's like, I run super fast, I grab the guy, I come back, and you're only a few steps away from where you were. You can't get away from me. I'm the Flash. I'm the fastest man alive. Screw you. No, that's not an escape. That's not an escape plan. Why do the writers not do that? I made it a little farther than that. As much as I was slowing down by that point and not reviewing, with me it was the death of Ralph. Because Elongated Man is one of my favorite characters. Not just on the show, but in comic books too. Now, yes, I really cheered when he came back at the end, and I'm happy that he's going to be in next season. And I'm even happy with the way they did it. But it just so annoys me that Thinker was just so one step ahead at every moment, every time. And, I don't know, it's just one of those things that irks me. Especially with the fact that we had so many times that luck would play into things. And I had to laugh. I think it was in the season finale. Because I just binge-watched the last 4 episodes. I think it was the season finale. The engineer says, "Don't bother calling any of your friends. He manipulated the power of the bus metas to make sure that he could handle anything." Martian Manhunter wants to be phased mid-wall, telepathically attacking the Thinker, while laughing at the fact that he thinks he could handle anything. And heck, that's before we take into effect the idea of magic. And just the characters we know are in the universe with magic are pretty potent and can do some amazing things that would screw over the Thinker. But what about the ones that we don't even know if they are? In general, I thought the season was okay. I had a lot of fun. And there were some parts that I really, really enjoyed. And one of the things I think they did best is they got rid of someone, but they didn't kill him off. Specifically Wally. I really think Wally fits in much better with the Legends and gives him time to grow, gives him the ability to be his own Flash, and gives him the ability to not be just another speedster in the wings. Although every once in a while I'd love to see him, Jesse, and Jay, and Barry all working together. I do love Team Speedster idea. I have ever since Terminal Velocity in the comic books. Really want to see Max Mercury one of these days. But having said that, way back in the wedding episode, during the crossover, I said this character was going to be a big deal, and I thought she was a member of the Legion, but she's one of the Tornado Twins. They didn't really explain exactly who she is or why, just that she's their daughter from the future. And offhand, I have to say, I can't wait to see what they do with this next season. I do have to admit, I expected she would be Dawn Allen, or X's as I originally thought. The idea of her being Nora really does throw a kink in my thought process, but I guess that gives her her superhero name, Cruz, to go with. Also, the fact that we have had metahumans on the world before the particle accelerator isn't new news, but people seem to think that the fact that Killer Frost was in the world before was. I'm curious to see where that plays out, because the last time that plotline didn't go very far. They got part of this season right, dealing with one of the big problems I have with the show. We don't need more speedster villains. We don't need, hey, I need to get faster. We need characters that challenge on other levels. I like Gorilla Grodd. I like King Shark. I even would like to see more of the Rogue. But let's build on this. I think we need someone like Lex Luthor. I also think that we need some more diversity in the cast. And as much as I love Elongated Man and hope that he is a regular, I really hope he gets his love interest. Specifically Sue Dibney. I'd love to see that in this iteration. I wouldn't mind seeing Booster Gold and Blue Beetle, especially with all the Ted Kord hints they've done. But mostly I just want to see more fun stories. I don't want to see, oh, I can't do it. Oh, I'm self-doubting. Oh, everyone's dying around me. Come on, this is the Flash. Let's have some fun with this most awesome super set of powers. But I'm going to ask you guys to tell me what you liked and didn't like about the season, and then maybe we'll do another recap episode where we talk about that. But I have one big question. Who here thinks the Thinker's dead? He can inhabit the chair with his telepathy that goes into technology. But this chair was hooked into all of the internet and everything. So at the end of the day, couldn't he have downloaded like 100 copies of himself all over the place? Do you think this is the last we've seen of him, or do you think we'll see him again? Let me know in the comments. And of course, like and share this video if you haven't already, because I'm trying to build up a community here. And I'd really love, if you haven't yet, leave a comment, talk about it, and click that subscribe button. What I'd like to do is respond to people, see what you thought, especially if you liked something I didn't. Let me know why. Because things work or don't work, what I'd love to see is why they worked for you, and what you want to see in the coming season. Let me know, and maybe I'll do an Arrow video too, but I'll be honest, I didn't even keep up with that, or at least I kept up with Flash somewhat until I saw those last 4 episodes this week. I hope that for now you have a good night, and thank you for walking with me through the heart of the stories we tell.